welcome to Sugar and Spice Cook with Huma. Today we're making steamed kebab with tomatoes. This is a very easy recipe to make, one pot dish, and ingredients are very basic. So let's go through ingredients. I'm taking here 2 pounds of ground beef. You can, I prefer regular ground beef which has 15 to 20% fat in it, but since I'm a little bit health conscious, so I'm taking lean ground beef. So remember, it's 2 pounds of ground beef. And over here, I'm having about 7 to 8 large tomatoes. I sliced them about 1 centimeter rounds like this. Half a bunch of cilantro chopped, and I'm taking about 3 medium size of onions, yellow onions, about 4 to 5 serrano chili peppers, about 2.5 teaspoons full of garlic paste, 1 full teaspoon of black pepper powder, 2.5 teaspoons of coriander powder, 1 full teaspoon of turmeric powder, and 1.5 teaspoon of salt. Now it depends on your own taste. You want to add 2 teaspoons or 1.5 teaspoon. It depends according to your taste. And some oil. So because I'm taking 2 pounds, which is probably a little bit more for a single family, because I'm taking half of this kebab to my friend's house today. That's why I'm taking 2 pounds. So if you want to reduce the amount, you can take 1.5 or 1 pound of ground beef, and then you can do the measurements, whatever I told the ingredients over here. Use half of the ingredients for the 1 pound or 1.5 pound of ground beef. So let's go through the process of making this kebab. I'm going to do it in 2 batches because my food processor is not that big, so I have to do it 2 times. Just chop your onions roughly like this. I'm going to add 1.5 now and 1.5 in the second batch. Okay, we're not going to make it very watery, but chop them. Okay, you see it, it's pretty much like this. Now I'm going to add the ground beef. Okay, now I'm done with the second batch. Okay, now I'm adding all the spices: black pepper powder, cumin powder, turmeric powder, salt, and garlic paste. And we're going to mix it well. I'm going to use my hands. Okay, if you guys have noticed, I didn't add any cayenne pepper powder in it because this is an Afghani recipe or Afghani dish, and Afghani people, their food are very delicious, but they don't add a lot of spiciness, or let's say cayenne pepper in their food a lot. But you have an option. At the end, I'll tell you what it is. Okay, now I'm gonna give them a shape. I have over here just a cup of water that I'm gonna wipe my hands with. And this is how we're gonna make kebabs out of this mixture. Now it's up to you what kind of shape you want. You can make the round patties, you can make the long ones, whichever you prefer. I'm gonna make the oval ones. Try not to make it very thick or too thin. If it's very thick, it's not gonna cook all the way. If it's very thin, it's gonna break apart. This is a very easy recipe. Usually when I'm having dinner parties at my house, if I am keeping an item of kebab, this is the one that I usually make, because when you add all of the ingredients, you don't have to go through the frying process. It is just, you know, laid in a frying pan, top it with the tomatoes, and then it's gonna cook in the steam of tomato juices. I forgot to mention to you guys that you guys can make this recipe with lamb and goat meat as well. If for any reason you don't want to make it with beef, you can make it with lamb and ground goat meat, but not chicken, please. This recipe is not intended to make with chicken. It's not going to taste good. I received many requests for this specific recipe over the time. Those friends and relatives who had tried this dish at my house on different occasions, and so finally I am fulfilling their request today. I'm so sorry. It kind of took me long to do this in my cooking video. Okay, now we're going to start the cooking process. Here I'm going to turn on the stove. And I'm going to add about 1 cup. Okay, it is not a whole full cup of oil. It's probably less than 1 cup and a little bit more than a half. If we need more, we can add a little bit more on top. Okay, we're going to lay down our kebabs just like that in a pan. And I have a feeling that I might cannot fit all the kebabs in this one pan. I'm going to use maybe, I'm going to need another pan, because I'm making a lot today. Okay, as your kebabs start cooking a little bit, it's going to start shrinking because it's beef. Now, a layer of tomatoes. Okay, this is not all. And because there is no, well, yeah, I'm sprinkling some salt on tomatoes. And it's optional. If you want, you can add some black pepper. And if you like spicy food, like me, you can sprinkle some pepper flakes on top, like so. Okay, let's see if I can fit in all the kebabs here. Another layer. Okay, good. So the rest of the tomatoes goes on top of the second layer of kebab. kebabs are gonna cook in the steam and the juices of tomatoes. Again, the same process. Sprinkle some salt. Now be careful, do not put a lot of salt. If it's less, you can always add more. If you add a lot, then there's no way that you can reduce it. Okay, now sprinkle cilantro. All over the kebabs or pan. And chop these green chilies in the corner somewhere. Alright, now close the lid and we're going to cook it on the very, very low heat. Alright, meanwhile I'm going to keep on checking on it at how much moisture and if I need to flip the kebabs. So we're going to check back probably in 15 minutes. Let's check on it. Oh, you see this? All the tomato juices and the kebab juices has came out. Now this kebab is going to cook in this in the juices of tomatoes and in the steam, and we have to evaporate all this liquid. Okay, now I'm gonna close the lid back, and then we're gonna wait until all the juices gonna dry up. So I'm leaving it on very low flame. If you can see underneath, please show them the heat level. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna check back after 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, after 10 minutes here, I'm checking it again. There's still a lot of moisture. Now, I'm gonna turn the flame on higher. See? So the moisture is going to reduce faster. If you want, you can leave the lid open, or it's up to you. You don't want a lot of spatters on your stove. Just leave it like this. Okay, this is the perfect time to check the bottom of your pan and flip the kebabs to the other side. You see, I have done one or two. Saying that I'm okay, I'm doing okay. Probably 7 to 8 more minutes, and then we're gonna turn off the flame. We don't want to make it very dry. Maybe it's not even 7 or 8 minutes, maybe 5 more minutes. Okay, yes, this is ready. I'm going to turn off the flame. Yeah, this is the moisture level we want. We don't want very too watery, you don't want totally dry. Usually I prefer a non-stick pan, but today I use my stainless steel, so a little bit of the tomatoes are pretty browned up at the bottom, but it tastes good. I like it this way. I'm going to dish it out. There you go. Kebabs are ready. You can serve it on kabuli rice, plain rice, pita bread, chapati bread, paratha. And until next time, I'll see you guys again. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and check out my Facebook page, which is Cook with Huma Sugar and Spice. I'll see you guys again. Take care. Bye.